Jai Gurudev students. Today I will continue the rest part of the why do you fall ill. That is, first part is completed and the next part. So first point is chronic disease is directly related with a poor health of our body, because chronic disease is for a long period of time, and due to this long period of time it will actually damage the organ system of our body, and that damage the organ of our body. So chronic disease continuously, when it is remain inside our body, that will damage the organ system of our body. That's why it is directly related to our poor health. Now in case of the that is disease, there is a two term is a very common terms. One is infectious disease, another one is non-infectious disease. Now what is this two, infectious and non-infectious? If it is infectious, then easily it gets spread from that is diseased person to the healthy person. One of the common example is common cold, influenza, and nowadays one of the most common one is that is the COVID-19. Okay, easily it spread from one person to another person, so it is infectious disease. But in case of the non-infectious disease, that it will not spread from one person to the another persons if you're sitting with that is diseased person for a long period of time, or sharing cloth or the food with from a same tiffin box. Okay, so one of the example in that case example is diabetes. You can sit with a diabetic patient for a long period of time, but it is a non-infectious disease. So that is the difference between infectious and non-infectious disease. Another important part of this chapter is that is all type of diseases, whether it is infectious or non-infectious, these are directly related to a particular organ system. Now what is this? Organ system is get affected by these diseases or germs. So number one is that is in case of the tuberculosis. In case of the tuberculosis, that will get enters into through the nasal tract, and that will enter into the lungs, and lungs get affected due to the tuberculosis. So it is organ specific. Same way in case of the jaundice also, it is organ specific. Same way in case of the jaundice, that will affect the liver part of our body, that is digestive system get affected due to the that is jaundice. So the diseases are, that is all type of diseases which that is microorganisms are organ that is disease are organ specific. Okay, so now this different type of, in your book you will get different type of diagram is there in one page, that is photograph is there in one page. So you have to go through this diagram, because that one is important for MCQ type of question. One photograph will be given to you and you have to identify that one. So that is, this diagram is important for all of you. Now the spread of diseases, the means of spread, how it spread from a person to another person. So there is a different types of means are there. One is through water, through soil, through air, then some are that is related to the sexual contact. Now in case of the air, one of the common example is COVID-19 and common influenza, and in case of the water, that one is diarrhea, jaundice. These are spread by means of water. And by soil, worms when present in the soil, and if you are going through the soil with a bare foot, that enters into your body, and different type of diseases may occur. Now another terms which is maybe new for all of you, that one is S, T, D and small s, capital S, capital T and capital D and small s. What is this STDs? Actually these STDs are sexually transmitted diseases. So example is AIDS. So AIDS from diseased person to the healthy persons, can be moved from that is can spread by means of a sexual contact, and also by means of a the water transfusion from diseased person to healthy person, but one of the means is by sexual contact. So these diseases are known as STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, full form. Now, that in case of that is, what are the treatment? If it is an organ specific, then you have to treat the organ first. Okay, and if that one is that way, for example, one of the example is common cold or influenza. Okay, in case of the common cold and influenza, there is some duration. That is not the chronic disease, acute disease, but just increase the immunity. You have to take different type of healthy food. Okay, for the different types of diseases, you have to go through the different type of precaution, prevention, and also different type of remedies. Now, in this chapter, whatever is given, so that one is important one is, that is acute disease, chronic disease, infectious, non-infectious. The next one is different types of name of the diseases caused by the virus, caused by the bacteria, and the caused by the protozoa, like that way. And then what are the causes which actually responsible for different type of diseases. Proper healthy condition, hygienic condition is one of the most important criteria for the prevention of the diseases. Okay, so better than prevention, all of you know that prevention is better than cure. So just to prevent the diseases, you have to maintain proper hygiene. Okay, you have to take nutritious food to increase your immunity power. So that one is a very, very important one. So hygienic condition and take the proper food or the balanced food, nutritious food is very, very important. So these two criteria actually very, very important for the prevention of disease. Besides that, some vaccines are there for the prevention of diseases. So these are the different ones. Now I will discuss with you some of the important question. Okay. So from this chapter, one of the important question is, write down the difference between acute disease and chronic disease with example. And what do you mean by the healthy person? A person is healthy, what do you mean by that? Okay, then what is community health? Community health means same way, when a community is that is in healthy condition. Okay, that is known as community health. So, and what are the causes of diseases? And then bacterial disease, write down the name of some bacterial disease, then write down the name of some viral disease, some protozoal disease, like that way. And how to prevent disease is a very, very important one. This chapter is an easy one. Diagram is only whatever is there in your book. You go through that photograph so that it will be easy for you to answer the MCQ type of question. So diagram is given there. So this is all about this chapter.